It is a beautiful Sunday, although I've got to go to work tomorrow. Today is also the first hard workout of my new over-unders training block. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. This past Thursday was the last hard workout of my sweet spot training block. My teammate Gary and I did this same route. He just needed 3,000 feet of climbing to hit 800,000 for the year. For me, I did sweet spot all the way up the climb, almost 1 hour at 252 watts. And that is the top of my sweet spot range. When I got to the top, I was feeling pretty good. But on the way back, I could tell that workout really wore on me. So much so that I needed to take an extra time off. So the next day, I didn't ride, even though I just needed 38 miles to break 9,000 for the year. If I would have ridden that next day, that would have put this workout in jeopardy. And I don't need to do any self-sabotaging, especially this close to the race season. Over-unders, unlike sweet spot, are specifically designed to increase your FTP. The concept is that at the beginning you go hard enough to produce more lactate than you can filter out. Then you dial back just a little bit to filter out more lactate than you can produce, all the while still filtering out that extra lactate that you previously produced. When done correctly and consistently, this forces the body to adapt to produce more enzymes and pathways to filter out that lactate. Ergo, and yes, I get to say ergo, your FTP increases. So let's now talk about my workout. When I listen to my buddy Chas Turman on how he does his over-unders, he does 2 minutes at 120% of his FTP, then dials back to 3 minutes at top of his sweet spot. He does this twice, takes a 3 to 5 minute easy spin, does it again, then he does it again. I'm going to do an easier version of that because this is my first time, I'm an old guy, and I'm subject to AFib. So I'm going to do 1 minute at 110 FTP, and then dial back to 4 minutes at my top of my sweet spot range. I'll do this twice, take a 5 minutes to spin, then do it again. And depending on how I feel, I'll do it again. While Chaz's format is designed to initiate and establish a breakaway, this format I'm going to do helps with your time trialing ability. In the coming weeks, I'm going to shift it over to what Chaz is doing. I have about 6 weeks before my first race of the season. So let's now talk about wattages. My FTP is 266, so 110% is going to be about 292. I last measured my FTP around December 1st, so it may have changed. I've been doing sweet spot, but that's not designed to increase your FTP. That's designed to make you more comfortable going underneath your FTP. So it could be that it crept up to 270 since I'm a positive person, but I don't know. So for right now, I'm going with 266. So my 110% is going to be, depending on what my FTP has gone to, somewhere between 292 and 300. And the top of my sweet spot range is going to be in the low 250s, 252, 253. All right, let's see what I actually do. Once I download this and the rest of the workout, I'll actually measure the wattage between each of the intervals. Okay, this time I did a set of 2. I think I was within my parameters, but when I download, I'll find out for sure. I'm going to spin easy, and then I'm going to tempo the rest of the way up. The tempo will help solidify things. At least that's what I'm told. You know, the over-unders were pretty hard, but doing that tempo for the rest of the way, that was hard. Toward the top anyway. So I did 25 minutes at 224 watts. That's pretty much right in the middle of my tempo, a little below my sweet spot range. Especially because of the first race and the character of that first race, I have to start doing some wall sprints. And so I'm going to go down this for about a little over a kilometer, and then come back up doing some wall sprints. That's something else I have to be consistent with for the next 6 weeks. Whoa, shit. I gotta be careful. Oh, again. Man, it is beautiful out here. All these trees are burnt because of the creek fire a couple of years ago, you may remember. But now you can see the top of the 4-lane as it finishes, I should say you see the 4-lane as it finishes to the top of the 4-lane, right about there. I love doing these wall sprints because they benefit me a lot. However, when I first started doing them, and especially because my legs, my quads are wrecked, kind of wrecked because of the work I just did, this is going to hurt. But each journey begins with the first step. Slipping. Wall sprints went better than I thought, but damn, still hurt. A lot of spinning of wheels in the sandy areas. Okay, time to go home. This was not only a great day, but a great workout. I thought I was going a little hard on the 110% portion of FTP, more like 120%, but that's what I eventually want to get to. I think it's time for another FTP test, so I'll schedule that one for the 3rd week of January, so that'll be in 3 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. Remember, as always, because it helps the channel, comment, like, subscribe, The Cycling Greek. And for those of you in IG land, this video is now available. See how the over-unders workout are done Cycling Greek style. And when you watch that video, remember, comment, like, subscribe, The Cycling Greek.